Hello, and welcome to the Kościuszko Foundation Impromptu Series. My name is Martin Labazevitch, and today I have a special honor to present to you a legend among Polish pianists, Maestro Piotr Paleczny. One of Poland's most iconic pianists, Maestro Piotr Paleczny, came to the international attention after winning the third prize at the 8th edition of the Frédéric Chopin International Competition in Warsaw in 1970. Following his success in Warsaw, his career took him around the world to such venues as Carnegie Hall, Avery Fisher Hall and Alice Tully Hall in New York City, Orchestra Hall in Chicago, Suntory Hall in Tokyo, Teatro Colón in Buenos Aires, the Gewandhaus in Leipzig, the Concertgebouw in Amsterdam, or the Royal Festival Hall in London, among others. He was a soloist with the world's top symphonic orchestras, among those the Warsaw National Philharmonic Orchestra, Polish Radio National Symphony Orchestra, the Chicago Symphony, the American Symphony, the Royal Philharmonic, the Concertgebouw Orchestra, the Tonhalle in Zurich, the RAI Roma, the Gewandhaus Orchestra, and the National Orchestra of Spain, among others. As a prolific recording artist, his interpretations of concerti by Frédéric Chopin, Piano Concerto by Ignacy Jan Paderewski under the baton of Jerzy Maksymiuk, Symphonia Concertante by Karol Szymanowski under the direction of Antoni Wit, or Witold Lutosławski's Piano Concerto, which was the work that Mr. Paleczny worked on and performed with the composer himself, belong to the world's most acclaimed recordings of these works. In 1999, Mr. Paleczny received the acclaimed Fryderyk Award, a Polish equivalent of the Grammy Award for his album for the Dux label named The Best of Frédéric Chopin. Since 1993, Piotr Paleczny has been the artistic director of one of the most important and the oldest piano festivals in the world, the International Chopin Festival in Duszniki-Zdrój. For the past 75 years of its existence, the festival has attracted almost every major pianist from all over the world. Each year, Mr. Paleczny travels extensively around the world to present masterclasses and to serve as a jury member at the most important piano competitions around the world. Among those are Paris, Santander, Tokyo, Hamamatsu, Prague, Moscow, Cleveland, London, and of course, the Frédéric Chopin International Piano Competition in Warsaw, where Mr. Paleczny has been a regular jury member since 1985. Mr. Paleczny is a recipient of some of the most prestigious state awards, including the Orders of the Rebirth of Poland, given to him by two consecutive Polish presidents. In 1998, Mr. Paleczny received yet another honor given to him by the President of Poland, the academic title of a professor. Among numerous foreign distinguished awards, Mr. Paleczny received Orden Mexicana del Águila Azteca, the Order of the Aztec Eagle, which is the highest Mexican distinction given to a foreign national. Maestro Paleczny is also the recipient of the Order of the Rising Sun, one of the most prestigious and the oldest awards given by the Japanese government. In 2017, Piotr Paleczny received the Golden Fryderyk Award, a lifetime achievement award given in the past to such names in the classical music world as Władysław Szpilman, Christian Zimmermann, or Krzysztof Penderecki. Since 1998, Maestro Paleczny has been on the faculty of the Chopin University of Music in Warsaw, his alma mater. Today we have an honor to guest one of the most prominent Polish pianists, not only an incredible pianist, but also world-renowned teacher, pedagogue, artistic director, and just an incredible human being. Piotr Paleczny, thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank you very much for the invitation.
You know, I was so blessed to have all these incredible pianists with me on the Impromptu Series show. And the first question I ask everyone is about the Chopin competition. You were one of the laureates of the 1970 Chopin Piano Competition in Warsaw. You received the third prize. And I wanted to talk to you about your path and your preparation
for the Chopin competition?
Well, it was, I think, somehow much more complicated that, in comparison to nowadays selections of participants, and especially for Polish group, Polish pianists. You know, in 1970, we lived in completely different country and different political system, and we were considered by everybody like a group of pianists who represent country. And in artistic way, it was also much more complicated because we started well more than 1 year before competition, 1.5 years before competition. Everybody who wanted to participate in the Chopin competition was obliged to take part, to participate in all Polish piano competition, which was without in the rules, I mean, with a repertoire without Chopin. It was a piano competition to choose the best pianists. There was only one compulsory work. It was Impromptu Series, which everybody was necessary for everybody to play this piece. And all the rest was Beethoven, Mozart, and Rachmaninoff, Prokofiev, and so on. I remember I played in the final because it was three stages competition, and I played second concerto by Rachmaninoff in the final. And it was the first part of selection of Polish group participants to the competition in 1970. After certain time, there was a second selection, which was with repertoire only Chopin. All Chopin competition program was just, we had to play already something like half year before October competition. And there was, I think, eight Polish participants selected as an official Polish equipe to Chopin competition. Well, I was happy, of course. I was very, very proud to be selected with my friends. And after we got the scholarships, we got many concerts around Poland, and also sometimes abroad in so-called Polish culture centers. And it was just to help us to be familiar with stage, with this repertoire, which we planned to play in October competition. And of course, there was a long story, but with happy end. I was one of 8 Polish pianists selected to play, and it was very, very. I mean, the competition was very high level at that time, with many great pianists, really, until nowadays. I mean, until today. Just to say that there was Emanuel Ax, there was Christian Zacharias, Eugene Indich, of course, Gary Golson, and many others great pianists.
One of the
who still are active on stage. So I think it was, generally speaking, in 1970, it was one of the strongest and the toughest, I mean, competition.
I would like to right now abandon the competition world and focus on you for a little bit. You were born in Rybnik in Silesia. We have been friends for quite a few years, but I was reading for the past few days more about you and trying to understand certain things. And I was looking at Rybnik, and to my amazement, I find out that there is this music school there, and it has that incredible list of musicians that went through that school. Just to name a few, Mikołaj Górecki went there. Lydia Grychtołówna, who was another laureate of the Chopin competition. Adam Makowicz, an amazing jazz pianist, went to that school. And Piotr Paleczny. So can you tell us a little bit about that place?
I was born in Rybnik. In fact, I was born in a small village close to Rybnik. Simply, I was born in a hospital in Rybnik. By the way, in this hospital now is it's this music school. They changed the building. Okay. And the hospital where I was born now is Rybnik Music School, the building. So they also my son, he was born in this music school. And it was really very funny because, of course, at the time the building Rybnik was not a very big city, rather small city, but it was something interesting because Lydia Grychtołówna, she lived on. I must say, in Rybnik there's a big church, St. Antony Church. It is like symbol of Rybnik, a really huge, big, beautiful neo-Gothic church. And on one side of this church was my house. On other side of this church was the house of Lydia Grychtołówna. And Adam Makowicz, at that time his name was Adam Matyszkowicz. Yes. Very difficult after he changed his name. Adam Makowicz lives just across the next street. I mean, so it was something like 100 meters from my house. So it's very curious. I mean, building of music school was, well, rather very poor conditions, but really very, very high level, artistic level, because of brothers Szafranek. Okay. Antoni Szafranek was a violinist and conductor. Karol Szafranek was pianist and my teacher for all these years until my studies. And he himself was at the time a student of Egon Petri. Mm-hmm. And well, it was, I must say, he was really great pedagogue, the great teacher who gave me the background of possibilities, because I think all what I have, some technical possibilities still. So it is because of Karol Szafranek, yes. It's why technique of Adam Makowicz is amazing. Also at the time, the technique of Lydia Grychtołówna, who now is 92 and still
yes,
playing like crazy. You know, she has more concerts than me. You know.
would love to talk to you a little bit about Mr. Ekier, who I know is your great inspiration and your teacher from Warsaw. And then I also read that you were in contact with Arthur Rubinstein. I assume this was after the competition. And I would like to talk to you about this as well.
After Rybnik time, when I finished high school, and I finished second grade of music school, I went for 1 year to Katowice high school. I mean, I don't know. It's like now Academy of Music. And after 1 year, I changed Katowice to Warsaw. And I went, was 1965, I think, yes, in May. And I went for the first time, I was in Warsaw. And I remember, oh my goodness, from small city, I go to capital of country. It was a big event for me, and I was really very excited. And I played for Professor Ekier, and he accepted me, of course, and I was very happy to start it from next October to start with him my 5-year studies. So I was lucky because there was a little trick, because they already somehow professor as well, they thought that I should play in next Chopin competition in 1970. But the studies is 5 years. So if I have normal, so I will have one year break. So they decided to give me extra bonus, 1 year of studies. And I started like from the first year, despite that the first year I finished in Katowice. So practically my studies were 6 years, yes, just. And I finished in June 50, a few 4 months before Chopin competition, when already I was a member of Polish group participants. So it was a really very important time when studies with Professor Ekier. He was excellent, absolutely excellent teacher, and he made everything possible he tried to I was very good technically as a young boy, but I was a bit stupid, I didn't know a lot of depths of this music. I mean, if I want to prepare 5 years to Chopin competition, I must be much better. So he was my professor to improve understanding music, understanding harmonic structure of music. Why all the relations between one harmony and another, especially in Chopin music, it's so important.
Teraz troszkę tej przestrzeni. Jest większy dźwięk, jest większa przestrzeń. Nie możesz być zamknięta tutaj tą przestrzenią. Musisz nagle poczuć, zobaczyć, posłyszeć całe fortepian.
And just I became month by month or year by year. My head was bigger, and I was full of suggestions, full of memories, what he said on my lesson. And I tried to, and I felt that my personality is poco a poco better, deeper. It's growing up. develop as an artist, not just somebody who moves fingers, but I should know why I move these fingers, what for. So it was everything because of Professor Ecker, who practically he made me artist. With Arthur Rubinstein after competition, I was invited to his house in Paris. This house is not anymore, it belongs to this family, but it was the house where he lived at the time, and it was in late 70s. I spent really several days there, around 1 week, playing for him everything what I could. And he was listening to me. And that was time that he already was a little bit, he was poco losing his, I don't know.
Sight.
Yes. So when he looked at me, he was looking here, this direction. I was here. See, he saw everything, but on very far sides of his eyes. But still, he was a king of table. I mean, if there was any dinner or something like that, my goodness, everybody was like this. And he was a big personality. His memory was, his speeches were so interesting, so active, so very, very, very deep, that you could only listen to him. You should not open mouth to ask him or something or not. I mean, everybody was sitting like that.
Tu as connais Chalapin personnellement, oui?
Personnellement,
Oui.
Comme un frère. Il chantait les chansons de Méphistophèle et de Faust. Non, non.
Oui, fort.
Faust. Mais, attendez, au lieu de sortir comme Méphistophèle en rouge, n'est-ce pas, avec la plume et tout ça, n'est-ce pas, les souliers comme ça, pas du tout. Il est venu nu.
Qui?
Nu.
Chalapin nu?
Nu. Attendez. On voyait des muscles formidables, on voyait des choses. Mais il avait un maillot, n'est-ce pas? Il avait une chose comme ça, un tricot.
Voilà.
Sur lui, il a peint là-dessus des ossatures comme ça.
Ah, oui.
Alors, il avait l'air, les femmes apparues. Oh là là, oh la beauté, la chose. Et lui, c'était les costumes de Boito, Méphistophèle. Mais il chantait Pose de Gounod.
So it was really something, 1 week, which again changed my focus. I mean, changed my mind. It was something which I knew that for me personally, it's a point in my life, and a point very important, I knew that it will be, this week, will be something which definitely will make influence for my artistic life, for my personal understanding of music, because he was very well. He was not very easy as a critic music. He said very directly, I remember, and now I have many times when somebody plays, I won the special prize in Chopin competition for best performance of Polonaise. And of course I was like this, I want to play Polonaise for Maestro Rubinstein. happy and proud. Well, I'm winner of the prize for Polonaise. And there was really something. I was like this. He said to me, but why you play so fast? What for your octaves in left hand? What is this? How you can play like this? I mean, it's impossible. He was really very angry with me. And well, I was really, being the special prize winner, I was very disappointed. Of course, everybody can understand my disappointment. My goodness, but after I played some Brahms, his reaction was like black and white, from one wall to another wall. I mean, he was very excited, very well. He wanted to express his emotions very, very. I mean, like white and black. Mm-hmm. So the black was my Polonaise, let's say. And when I played, I think Opus 119 by Brahms, and I didn't consider that I play good. I mean, it was after Chopin competition. Of course, I suppose that it is not my cake, to give it to public. I mean, it is not my best. And you can imagine. Of course, it's like story. It seems like not true, but it's true. We had this lesson or this meeting. It was necessary to stop because he was crying. He was crying like baby, and I didn't know what to do. But how I should react? It was so good or so bad that he's such emotionally excited. And they stopped, they went out from this room, and he turned, and I thought, oh my goodness, he will say me now something like this, what I made, the worst things I could make, to play Brahms. And I said, and he said to me, I am very sorry. You should play only Brahms. It was very touching. And I'm sorry for this situation, but I like it very much. I mean, so I was completely something like, I didn't expect never such words. And I don't know how much it was because I played, or, he was, his reaction was, in my opinion, was not adequate for my playing. I mean, but anyway, it was the one of the biggest surprise in my life. Positive surprise, of course, and one of the biggest negative surprise after my Polonaise, because I was really disappointed. Maybe, oh my goodness, how it's possible. And perhaps some recordings of this Polonaise recorded by Rubinstein when he was young, when he was in my age. Definitely, he played faster than me.
I think it would be a very good time to connect with our young pianist who have been waiting for
yes.
to play for you. Ryan Soriadi, a 21-year-old Juilliard student who won a first prize in the highest age category in the 2018 Kościuszko Foundation Chopin Competition for Young Pianists. Thank you so much for Thank you so much for being here today. And I know you prepared a Chopin Etude number 4 from Opus 10 for Maestro Paleczny. Please.
Yes. Thank you.
Bravo.
Bravo.
Bravo, bravo, bravo. Ryan, thank you very much. Very good.
Thank you. So my question was, I guess I was wondering, what was the greatest piece of advice you've ever received that affected your musical career, whether that's from a mentor or a friend, and if you had any advice for someone like me.
So I consider as my mentor and practically unique, only one important, and my professor, which was Professor Jan Ecker. Probably, I don't know, I'm not sure. Probably you play with using his edition of Chopin works. General advice of my professor was to listen, sometimes to play very slowly when you practice, to play slowly and to listen every single harmonies. What my mentor said frequently, instead of technical, sitting and playing and so-called practicing, to take score and to look and to read this score with full concentration on every details, and to read the score without piano, without contact. You can sit in I don't know, in your chair, in your room, out of piano, and concentrate to analyze the possible suggestions of composer, possible suggestions to useful for then in your interpretation. I don't know if it's true really, or it is somehow legend. But my professor said that he learned Third Prokofiev concerto mainly without piano. Well, it sounds like magic or black magic, but well, I remember this because he frequently said it, not once. And the rest is simply to develop your way of understanding music. Simply is development of your not only technical possibilities, but much more the depth of your music. That everything is about something, not that we move fingers, not that we play fantastic way. I mean, with abilities, technical passing, but it must in every second this even fast execution performance. It must say something. You must paint picture like painter. Of course, in the frames of style, in the frames of good taste, and in frames of logical understanding of music structure, simply playing well. This is very, very important. No more my answer. I think
Thank you.
the rest is in your hands. The rest belongs to your hands and your mind. On my side, congratulations to you. Thank you very much for your playing, and good luck to your future.
Thank you.
Piotr, I know we took so much from your time, but you know what? This was such an inspiring conversation, and there's material for a movie.
Thank you very much.
Thank you
you
so much.
1,000 times, and good luck to you.